welcome to Miss Sophie's dog training videos. In these videos, I'm going to show you what we've been working on so you can keep practicing at home. Do you think I'm talking to you right now? She says, of course. I know you've already started on the sit and the down, but I'll kind of show you how I've been working on them and then all our other cues that she's been practicing. So you can use these videos to go back to as a reference. So when you're practicing at home, if maybe you're not sure how to do something with her or want to see a little more of, exactly the hand cue I'm giving, please use these videos for reference. So when I'm training her, I typically have a treat pouch on, so this is very helpful, but you could stash, food or treats in bowls nearby or coffee cups. Typically when I'm training her, I'm using her own dog food. So she's using part of her daily ration, yes. So she's using part of her dog food anyway that she would be getting anyway. I'm just not feeding it in a bowl. I'm having her work for it. Slobber is a legit issue. So I also keep a slobber towel for me and for her during our training. I think it's just part for the course with slobber dogs. So use a mixture of her dog food mixed in with treats when you're training around the house. Good girl. So I'm going to reward her right now, even though I didn't ask her to do anything yet. But, one of the things we've been working on is not jumping. I just keep this in my pocket. Is not jumping. So when we're working on not jumping up, part of the deal is that, if she jumps up on me, I'm going to try to turn away. Sometimes Sophie's so big, when she first got here, she did try to jump up on me. And I literally felt like I was looking up at her. Good girl. So if my puppy jumps, I want to turn away. I want to ignore it the best I can. For Sophie, that would mean walking away, but giving no feedback. The only feedback I would say you could give is to actually use the word off. But I want you to turn your eyes away, your mouth, don't look at her and say off. You would turn off, okay, and turn away. So that's one part of the equation. But the other part of it is not just ignoring the jumping up, but asking her to do something else or really focusing on when she's offering other behavior that you like. So for Sophie, if maybe I come out where the dogs are, or come up close to her, and she just stands nicely, let her give her attention for that, right? Let her know I like it when she's just being calm. If she came up and just sat without me asking her to, or laid down without me asking her to, I want to acknowledge that behavior too. So I don't want to wait for her to do something naughty to get my attention, right? I want to make sure, so she's sitting, she might be off camera. So I'm going to go ahead and treat her for sitting. So lots of feedback for her just choosing to do the right behavior on her own. So you see her laying down, you see her sitting. Tell her how, awesome she is. Good girl, stop and give her some love. Just for choosing to sit or lay down or stand calmly. Okay, so she realizes those behaviors will get your feedback. Those behaviors will get our attention, where jumping is going to make us turn off and go away. Okay? If she got up on any furniture, I have a little wall out in the dog area, and she would tend to want to lean over that. That was off. So I would just kind of point away and say off. She's heard that enough now that she's pretty good about, if she does get up, that I can say off, and she backs off, and I just tell her, good girl. So when we're working on the other cues, like watch me, sit down, stand, if it's a behavior she's really good at and she knows really well, then you can just praise it, okay? But I would say right now, most of the behaviors are still fairly new to her. And she's worked on a lot of behaviors in a very short amount of time. So at this point in the training, I really want you giving feedback. So lots of praise, petting, feeding her for it. Some things I want you to try to be aware of is, so the stand cue. So this is my hand cue, right? I want you practicing doing it with an empty hand. So saying stand, right? And then you can say yes and reward from your pocket. versus the treat in your hand and luring. So we want to practice asking, using our cues with no food in our hand, but still rewarding from our pocket or from somewhere else. So I don't want her to have to see the food to want to do it, but I do want to reinforce it on the back end. So a couple other things you will hear me saying yes, and yes is telling her that she got a behavior right. If I say yes, I'm going to back that up with a treat. So yes means you got it right and a treat is coming. So if I was not going to treat her, I just tell her good girl, right? I would just praise her. And then lastly, when we're kind of thinking about kind of what we do when we're training is when we're teaching a brand new cue, we teach the hand cue first. Once she knows the hand cue, we put the English word on it. But then, so the point of the things I'm going to show you now, I will make a point to say the word first. So it might be sit, then the hand cue, palm up. Okay, so sit, palm up. If it was new, I would say yes and treat it. Okay? All right, so we will get started. So one of the behaviors she's worked on, I'm going to get her slobber. I see the drool slowly coming down. She does not love when I do this. Come here, I know. I really get up in there. Thank you, I know. Yuck. Yuck. All right. So touch is one of the cues we've been working on. So touch means for her to do a little nose bump. So it can be a way to get her over closer to, yes. Touch, yes. She kind of does it slow right now, but that's okay. She'll get better at it. Sophie, touch, yes. Good girl. Good girl. So the touch can be a way for her to get her attention, to get her closer to you. Good girl. If you were out standing and talking to people, it's a small move that you can do. Good girl. Touch, yes. A small move that you can use to keep her focused on you. Good. So you'll see me asking for the touch throughout the training. I go a little further away. Touch. Yes. Good girl. Okay. Okay. All right. So let's go through. Let's do watch me next. So watch me is our fist to chin. Oh, that's so good. Okay. So we're gonna say watch me. Yes. Watch me is eye contact on cue. So if she is looking at me, she's thinking about me. Sophie, watch me. Yes. She does not have to sit. And at this point, most of the time, I'm not treating her. I am treating her right now just to demo for you. Is that nasty? Sophie, watch me. Good girl. Look at you, good girl. Oh, she's your good girl. Watch me. Good girl. Yes. Good girl. Okay, so fist to chin. If she's looking at you, she's thinking about you. You'll see me throw the touch and the watch me into the training a lot. So we have sit. Good girl. Down. Good girl. So she came in knowing those already. So let's do our stand next. So Sophie, stand. Yes. Right there. That was a good job. Good job. Good girl. Watch me. Very nice. Good. Sit. So stand can be just going, right? It can be standing on all fours. So this is a stand right here. When you're warming her up, doing sit, down, stand, stand, down, stand. It just gives a third behavior, so it's not always sit to down. But there's other times like you might need to trim her nails. You might need to get, her undercarriage down there. Putting harnesses on, wiping her paws. There's many times that you need her to stand on cue. Grooming. So let's try that again. Sit. Good girl. Stand. Yes. Good girl. Good self. Sit. Watch me. Touch. Good girl. Down. girl. The world slows down. It's okay. You know, with Great Danes, we don't need to be doing a ton of like, sit down, sit, stand, because it's a lot. It's a lot on her hips. She's a big girl. So I'm not going to treat her like I would treat a terrier, okay? So that's a lot of position changes we've already done for her. So just a quick recap. You have watch me, okay? Touch, thank you. Sit, palm up. If you did something a little different, that's fine. She can be fine doing either one. Down is palm down. If you need to come a little lower, that's okay. And then stand. So stand's going from sit or down position into standing up on all fours. All right. So let's go ahead and, good girl. Let's work on our stay next. So stay means freeze. It means do not move until I release you. So, good girl. On stay, I always want to give a clear ending. So I'm going to say, okay, and pat my leg, and that's when she knows she can get up. Throughout the stay, we have what's called the 3 Ds of stay. Good girl. Good girl. I see when we're training, her body can't help it. So, come here, baby. Oh, look at it. My carpet gets so gross. So we have stay. So let's do sit. Good girl. Stay. So stay is a flat palm. Stay. I'm going to just move around her. I'm not going to go too far. If I turn my back, stay, and walk away, that's a little tough for her. Yes. Good girl. Watch me. Stay. So I don't want to leave unless I know I have her attention. If she lays down, that's fine. Stay. So I'm just adding, I'm being the distraction, right? I'm just adding in a little movement. Good girl. I'm going to come back and reward. Good girl. Stay. Okay, good. And then when it's over, no treat, right? So she just gets a treat for being calm and still and not moving. When it's over, she just gets to get up. So that's when we pat her leg twice and say, okay. So when we're working on stay, we have the 3 Ds of stay. So you have distractions. That might be you moving around, or if you are outside, you know, the distractions are the environment. You have distance. Can you go 3 feet away? Can you go 30 feet away? And you have duration, you know, a 10-second stay, a 10-minute stay. Right now, everything's new. So I'm going to do another one with her. Going in and out of sight for just a little bit is good. Turning your back is good. What do you smell? Watch me. Ooh, yuck. Down. Down. Stay. Good girl. I'm going to get the slobber wad. Stay. Stay. Good. I'm always going to come back reward. And I can do that several times, right? Go away, come back, reward. Go away, come back, reward. And then when I'm done, I give a clear ending. Okay. Good girl. All right. Let's stop. Good girl.